welcome to Mummy Time TV. I've got some great mums on the couch with me today. Let's meet them. First up, Lauren Dubois.
Hello, Chezzi.
Hello. Next up, Julia Coffey.
Hello.
Hello. And right down on the end, we've got Olivia White.
Hey,
Hi,
Chezzi,
Liv.
how you going?
Yeah, good, thank you. So, I want to talk about Fussy Eaters. My eldest child drives me crazy every dinner time. It doesn't matter how much effort goes into the meal or what I make, she'll have one bite and then she'll ask for a Vegemite sandwich. Meal times are incredibly stressful in my house. Jules, you've only got one child to feed.
Only one.
How
Only
hard is
one.
it at dinner time for you?
It just depends. It's hit and miss. You know, there's a lot of toast happening some nights. It's so frustrating because you get so angry at them because you're like, just try it. Or, you know, I've made this meal for you and, you know, you liked it last week and it's, you know, it's going to fill you up. It's nutritious. It's got protein. It's got vegetables and, you know, you need to eat because she's not at that age where I can say, well, if you don't eat it, you're just going to go to bed hungry, which is what I got as a child. And my husband had to eat his for breakfast the next morning if he didn't eat his dinner. But she's too young and she needs to eat. So, look, I'm lucky she's a snacker. So I just make sure all her snacks are really healthy and she eats a variety of really good, healthy food. But yeah, dinner time's really frustrating and I don't think we're alone. I think, you know, we all go through it as parents. Their little taste buds change and their willpower changes. So yeah, just hit and miss. Just got to keep trying.
Lauren, you're nodding like furiously there, so you obviously have
my
some
son is
Fussy
the
Eaters.
worst and has been since the dawn of time. He's just one of those kids. He would survive on air if I let him. And it would get to the point, I remember getting so infuriating because a certain celebrity chef came out a couple of years ago and said that fussy eaters were the result of lazy parents. Because obviously we're just feeding our kids hot chips and hot dogs non-stop.
There's nothing wrong with that.
And, you know, it made me infuriated because I was like, my child wouldn't even eat a hot dog if I tried to because he's that, you know, I've literally sat there with a bowl of ice cream going, just put it in your mouth, try it, and, you know, it's not rat poison, it's delicious, you'll love it. And him going, no. And
even with ice cream.
Even with ice cream.
Wow.
Just because he's so suspicious, because I'm just trying to force food down his throat all the time. So he's like, anything you're trying to give to me is obviously terrible.
Like you're blending veggies to mix into the ice cream at the back.
And it is, and you know, it is just such a stressful thing. It's like your baby comes out and you want to feed them and you think they're just going to float away if they don't eat some food. And I really got angry about this lazy parenting tag because if you've got a child who's a picky eater, you know everything about how to get children to eat because you've read everything that's ever been written on fussy eaters. And it's the same thing, I say it about sleepers as well. You get what you get, you know? They come out going, yep, I love food, or not. And the way you can tell is second and third children. So my second child, she'll eat anything and everything, and then she'll have yours as well, and then she'll have his leftovers, and then she'll go to the pantry and point up and go, I'll have that as well. So same kids, same parents, completely different. And, you know, there's nothing that we've done that's any different to each other.
Liv, you've got two little girls. Do you find, are they good eaters?
Look, I'll admit, I'm pretty lucky. My kids are really good eaters. I mean, obviously toddlers, I think they get that whole thing when they hit that stage where they want to be difficult, especially around dinner time.
And teeth.
And teeth, but I take a lot of comfort in the fact that Annabelle is a big snacker and I let her do that. Obviously, being the mother of two young girls, I'm very aware with food and how I approach it. you know, when it comes to things like body image and their relationship with food. So I just basically, you know, they eat dinner with us and they always have. I've never actually prepared separate meals for my kids. And if they decide they don't want to eat at dinner time, well then, you know what, so be it. They're not going to starve themselves. Do you know what I mean? And I think that parents can get really, really caught up when they do have these fussy eaters, and you have got people coming out trying to tell you that, oh, well, your fussy eater is the result of your lazy parenting. Well, sorry, no. You know, kids are kids, and like you said, they're all different. So we've just basically had a really relaxed approach when it comes to eating. And I mean, of course, it is so frustrating and so annoying when you've prepared this beautiful meal for your family and someone tells you it's crap without even trying it. Like, that's a dagger to the heart. But I'm just like, okay, well, you know what? Don't worry about it. You don't have to eat. Oh, well, I'm hungry. Well, if you're hungry, eat it. And they're like, I don't want that, that's yucky. And I'm like, well, that's all you're getting. So, you know, it is frustrating at the time, and I understand why it is such, you know, a sore point for parents, but I think it's like everything in motherhood. You know, you just have to take it as it comes,
but
and
it's
you
a
can't.
sore point because
can be a worry.
People judge you for it. Like,
Yeah,
you must have done something wrong if your child won't eat. You know, obviously you're not giving them the right foods, or you know, you'll. But
You can give them variety before 6 months.
And you're not being consistent. When they say they don't want it, you're allowing them to get away with it.
You tell me, I could go through every single tip or advice and I could tell you how it's not going to work. Give them a wide variety of different foods. So I've got more food to chuck in the bin at the end of, you know, maybe let them help you prepare the meal, because then who wants an 18-month-old in the kitchen chopping, you know, veggies? Or you tell them that they're not going to have anything till breakfast, and well, because an 18-month-old can sit there and go, well, that's a good 12 hours till I have another meal, and that's probably going to make me quite hungry, and I'm probably not going to sleep very well, so I should probably eat this, because then I'm going to have no other options. They don't have a concept of time or logic, so you know, it doesn't work.
And sometimes you just have to admit defeat. And you know what? I'm pretty much on a first-name basis with the people in my Macca's drive-through, because you know what? Like, sometimes
this is not sponsored, unless you want to sponsor
through the fast food drive-through. You know, and you know what? If we've gone to a footy game and I give my kid a bucket of chips, so be it. I mean, I'm sorry, but chip is literally like the international language of the toddler. Like, you could travel anywhere in the world and you know that at least your child's going to eat fries or chips or, you know, some kind of potato. And you know what?
That's okay.
That's okay.
That's right. If it works for you, then it works.
Fine. And you know, I don't think that you're going to, you know, ruin your child just because they do eat potato gems, baked beans, 2-minute noodles for dinner every now and again. Because you know what? Not everyone wants to spend every night slaving over food they know their child's just going to turn their nose up at. And you know what? On those bad days that we were talking about, so be it. They want to eat baked beans? Eat baked beans. I'll eat them with you.
So I think that's a great point. Yeah, there's been plenty of nights where we've ended up just having porridge for dinner, you know. And I think porridge is great.
That's a whole food.
Absolutely. It's a grain. So.
How are your boobs?
My boobs at the moment are okay, because I honestly, about 30 minutes ago, I was upstairs pumping in the hallway. You saw me pumping in the hallway.
I did. I heard you pump.
And I never knew that you really do sound like a cow. I mean,
Yeah.
it's full on, it's a cow.
The way the boobs go, you have normal boobs and then you get pregnant and you get like great boobs and you're like, check out my boobs. And then your milk comes in and they're like, what is that?
Cement mixers. It's like you've got cement, concrete in your boobs.
Like big boulders. And usually, just to make them extra sexy, are like lopsided, like little boulder, huge boulder. So it's like, I don't know what's going on. Like angry eyes just looking at you all over the place.
With the hot, like, brownie coloured maternity bra as well, which I just to
always
really
flesh.
and like
Everybody loves a flesh
milk,
bra.
flesh is the colour that I'm thinking of.
So I should let you know that once you've finished breastfeeding, because once your boobs like settle themselves out, then they become a little bit normal, but still a bit porn starish.
Yeah.
Then you stop breastfeeding and things just go bad.
What do you mean?
Oh, well, they otherwise just end up like they're up like this and then they just go like that. Or you could do what happened to me and they just go into your body and they just disappear. I currently look a bit like a 10-year-old boy. And I used to have like a good old C cup, like a proper handful, and then it's just nothing.
What about the nipple? Like, do do they get small again? Or do they
How
always
fun
stay
are pregnant
big?
nipples though?
Do they stay big?
They do stay a little large and a little dark. You know how like you have the cute like teenage pink nipples and then you get pregnant and they're like coasters of like black leather.
They're staying, right?
Yeah.
All right, tantrums. I've got a near 2-year-old who's just started throwing tantrums. It's driving me insane, but I think with my first, I was a lot more stressed about it. Now I'm a bit more relaxed and I kind of know how to handle it. I don't know. Lauren, you got any tantrum throwers in your house?
Well, yes. So my son is he's a unique little character. He doesn't do the public tantrum because he's quite shy, so he just doesn't want to draw attention to himself. So he saves, like he builds it up all day long and then just lets loose at home, which is interesting. But he had one public tantrum. It was at the shops because I wouldn't buy a Peppa Pig roll-on sunscreen because we had sunscreen at home. But he really needed this, obviously. It was very, very important. So he just lost it. And I was then that parent dragging him to the car with him over the shoulder. And the one thing that really struck me was when we got to the car, he did the old starfish, you know, like hands on the door, like legs, and I'm behind him, like pushing him into the car, and he's like, and he's screaming, I don't want to go, I don't want to go. Not one person stopped and went, I feel like he doesn't want to get in the car. I could have been kidnapping this child. He's literally screaming, I don't want to go, like trying to not get in the car, and I'm pushing, going, get in the car.
Those people are probably all mothers.
Yeah.
And they're just going,
They probably went,
Oh,
yeah,
I
we've been there.
remember that period.
So just
How
let
does
you
he
know.
have the energy from not eating? Like he's just, they just get it from
He's
somewhere.
a freak of nature. It was quite amusing because I actually had my little baby girl. She was quite little. She was just sitting there going, "Oh my God, what's going on?" I feel like she was looking and learning and just going, "Right,
So that's what we're
how
supposed
it
to
is."
do.
Because she is, a different kettle of fish. She's public tantrums are a-okay for her.
Right, okay. And that's funny, isn't it? Because second child, like,
yeah.
and that's the same. My first never threw a tantrum. So when Scout, my second, threw a tantrum, I was, first of all, really taken back, thinking, what
are
is
you
this?
doing?
She's thrown herself on the ground. 2 girls, you must have a little hissy fit here and there.
Yeah, look, I must admit, like, my girls are, I mean, it's that point where you sort of like, they're actually really like me. I'm like, where do they get this behaviour from? Oh, wait. I must admit, both my girls are tantrum throwers. They're very different kids, so they throw a very different kind of tantrum. Annabelle gets really frustrated when you try to get her to do anything she doesn't want to do. So she doesn't like being taken away from what she might be doing, and it has made things like toilet training very hard because she doesn't want to, like, you know, get up mid-play to then go to the toilet, and then she'll throw a tantrum over that. And Teddy, on the other hand, is like an intentional tantrum thrower. She will throw them for absolutely any reason, and she's only 18 months. And she, I guess, has it working for her that she's quite small, she's quite petite and little, so it's still a little bit cute, not completely cute. But the one tantrum for me, I must admit, is actually the mum tantrum. And I don't know if anyone else here throws, I'm quite good at a mum tantrum. Just that moment between, you know, like 4 o'clock in the afternoon where you're trying to get dinner prepared and people are screaming at you. You've got a husband on the phone saying, what's for dinner? And you're just like, nah. That's it, I'm done, I'm so done. I'm cracking a bottle right now, I don't care. I'm like, I'm so done with everyone, we are getting takeaway. I'm like, you can go to your room if you're going to yell at me. I'm like, please, everyone, just shush. So, yeah.
That bloke was offside and he's been doing it all day as well. Oh, this ref, he's killing me. Oh, what the hell?
Mum life.
I would say that we're a house full of tantrums.
My mum tantrum ends up with me, like, in tears, like,
Yeah.
and my kids just looking at me
Yeah.
thinking there's something really wrong with mum.
I just go
the
silent,
moment
I'd
when
go
your
completely silent.
toddler actually comes up to you and goes, Mummy, are you okay? And you're like, wow, Rock bottom. Yeah. My toddler's checking if I'm okay.
Yeah,
so
5 times a
yeah.
day.
And you're nodding there, Jules, like that happened to you.
Oh, Emmy asks all the time if I'm okay. She honestly is such a sweet kid. But yeah, tantrums happen. They're normal. Got to remember that they have bad days just like us, and it's not their fault. Like I find you get very frustrated with them at the time, and you know they don't understand why they can't have the bicky, or you know they don't get it.
I don't like being told I can't have a
Exactly. And I find it very frustrating. No, you can't have a snack. You're going to have your dinner soon, and she'll tantrum about that. It's all very innocent. I just walk away and ignore her, and I go and sit on the couch and I say, "Mummy's here if you want to cuddle. Would you like a cuddle? No. Would you like a cuddle? No." And then she'll keep going, and then eventually she'll come over and say cuddle, and then it's all done. And then it's a distraction. And I find it hard because you kind of want to discipline them and say that was really naughty, but you can't. You've just got to cut it off and change the topic and move on from it, because they're just learning. They've got all these chemicals in their brain, and they're watching other people, and they're feeling all these emotions, and at that age,
like we are as well.
many emotions, so many emotions.
You see them sometimes like have a bit of a tantrum, and then like.
Who's watching? Is everybody watching?
Like when they fall over and hurt themselves, and they get up and look if anyone was looking.
That's right. So they really gauge how they react.
I can't walk away from my son if he's having a tantrum. That makes him more upset. I need to be right next to him, and that's usually the only way that I can calm him down. And his version of a tantrum is like 20 seconds, which I thought was, pretty bad.
Yeah.
And then I had my daughter, and she taught me a thing or 2
minutes.
But I really worry because when she chucks a tantrum, she's also really little. Like she's a super tiny little thing. And she does the huge dramatic chuck herself on the floor.
Yeah. Make themselves vomit. That's how intense they get.
It's actually just really funny.
Yeah.
And we all stand and go,
Because she's trying to be
even
dramatic.
my son will be like, what's she doing? And then it just
she
gets her
performs.
even angrier.
Yeah.
And then she's like, why are you all laughing?
And they do,
so
like
funny.
I literally, when Teddy has a tantrum, she gets red-faced and you can see this, like the comical steam coming out of her ears, and she's the same, like if you walk away from her, she will just get worse, and she will
follow
hunt
you,
you down.
walk
She will track
after
you
you.
down throughout the house. And then when she sort of stops when she can't find you, and then as soon as she finds you again, you just
Starts up
see
again,
the look in her face switch, and she just starts like scream, like, how dare you ignore me? And I'm
Did
just
you
like,
not see I'm having a tantrum right now?
Pick me up right now and do exactly
What
what
else
I
have
want
we
you
got
to
to
do.
do?
I'm like, okay.
Sounds like
very
we all
funny.
go through it.
We do. Yeah, thank you so much. All right, before we finish up, I just want to do a quick word association game. All right, so just get yourselves comfy. So just say the first thing that comes to mind when I say this word. Erect.
Oh, infrequent.
Screaming.
Child.
Itchy.
Oh, it was vagina.
Bulging.
Not vagina.
Sleepy.
All the time.
I need.
Wine.
Challenging.
Child.
Breastfeeding.
Difficult.
Holiday.
Right now.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for all your personal stories, and thanks for joining me here today on the couch. Thank you. We'll see you next time.
Oh, I can almost like rest my chin on these
like
boobs
a
right
little
now.
sleep on my big porn star boobs.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Mummy Time TV.